So today I want to tell you about yogi. That is my name, Nirmala. Means no malignant, impure. One who has no impurity is Nirmala. That's one of the names of the goddess. Purity is a quality which is silent. It speaks in silence. It is one of the most non-aggressive acts. It probes into you. It doesn't express in any way. Even love may express in words, may express in action. But this is the one which is expressionless, purity. And it washes all that is in it. So let us see what are the things which we think create impurity in us. They say in two words, lust and lust. Now let us see if really these are impurities or they create impurity in us. Or why these two things have become a source of impurity to us. Because we do not understand the right perspective of matter and of sex. If we can understand them in right perspective, then these two become a source of happiness and joy. This is where we must understand that we do not have proper feelings for our own nourishment, and we blame God, or we blame nature, we blame society, we blame cultures, we blame our parents, we blame our governments, we blame this and that. Because we have no feelers, we suffer that impurity, which will create more problems for us than joy and happiness and nourishment. If the tree has to grow, it should avoid all that is poisonous food, all that is impure. We go on collecting impurities very fast. And that's what I call is the human tree. If you want, you can collect a tree. A tree is not. It will not collect impurities. But if impurities invade it, it will die. It cannot be good either. Human beings have a freedom to choose. Also they have the power to put from these impurities, and Sahaja Yogi have much more. So our roots have to go down into what? Into that. Into sustaining power of man. If that is weak, then the roots are taken off and such people are uprooted. Now how do you set impurities? To set them because your feelers become blunt. When your feelers are blunt, you don't know what you are setting. It only is possible when you are loved against the world. But most of the human beings are born in innocence. and they resist. Gradually you start making your feelings blunt, and then the impurity starts. All these things start to decay from desire. Desire to be the king, desire to be the most beautiful person, desire to be leading the whole world, desire to eat, desire to have, possess, all desire. But here also I would say is an impurity.
श्री गणेश पवित्र का स्तोत्र है, पवित्र का। सबसे पहले इस संसार में पवित्रता फैलाई गई, जिससे कि जो भी प्राणी, जो भी मनुष्य मात्र इस संसार में आए वो पवित्र से सुरक्षित रहे और अपवित्र चीजों से दूर रहे। इसलिए सारी सृष्टि को गौरी जी ने पवित्रता से नहला दिया और उसके बाद ही सारी सृष्टि की रचना हुई। सो जीवन में सबसे महत्वपूर्ण कार्य हमारे लिए यह है कि हम अपने अंदर पवित्र को सबसे ऊंची चीज समझें। लेकिन पवित्र का मतलब ये नहीं कि हम नहाएं, धोएं, सफाई करें, अपने शरीर को ठीक करें, किंतु अपने हृदय को स्वच्छ करना चाहिए। हृदय का सबसे बड़ा विकार है क्रोध। क्रोध सबसे बड़ा विकार है और जब मनुष्य में क्रोध आ जाता है तो जो पवित्र है वो नष्ट हो जाता है, क्योंकि पवित्र का दूसरा ही नाम निर्वाज्य प्रेम है। वो प्रेम जो सतत बहता है और कुछ भी नहीं चाहता, उसकी तृप्ति इसी में है कि वो बह रहा है, और जब नहीं बह पाता तो वो कूदता है, परेशान होता है। सो पवित्र का मतलब यह है कि आप अपने हृदय में प्रेम को भरें, क्रोध को नहीं, और अपने को इस पवित्रता से भरते जैसे श्री गणेश। और पवित्रता से ही मनुष्य में सुबुद्धि आती है, क्योंकि पवित्रता प्रेम ही का नाम है। उसी से सुबुद्धि का मतलब भी प्रेम ही है। सब चीज का मतलब प्रेम है। और अगर आप सुबुद्धि को प्राप्त नहीं कर सकते और प्रेम को आप अपना नहीं सकते, तो सहयोग में आने से आप अपना समय बर्बाद कर रहे हैं। इस वक्त ऐसा कुछ समा बन रहा है कि सबको इसमें एकदम से स्नात हो जाना चाहिए और अपने को परिवर्तन में डालना ही है। परिवर्तित हमको होना ही है। हम में खराबियां ही हैं, हमें अपने को पूरी तरह से पवित्र बना देना है। ये आप अपने साथ कितना प्रेम कर रहे हैं और इस परिवर्तन के फलस्वरूप आशीर्वाद है उस जीवन का जिसका वर्णन नहीं किया जा सकता। जो कबीर ने कहा कि अब मस्त हुए फिर क्या बोले। तो आप सब उस मस्ती में आ जाइए, उस मस्ती को प्राप्त करें और उस आनंद में आप आनंदित हो जाएं। ये हमारा आशीर्वाद है।
Christ's life is a symbolically can be called as the symbol of purity and holiness. He was purity and holiness. Holiness is very important today when in this Ghor Kali Yuga you find all kinds of horrible things happening. If you believe in holiness, in your chastity and in your purity, then your morality is within yourself. It's not outside. Whatever people may say about Christ today, but you know as Sir Yogis that he was purest of pure. In the same way, we should try to keep our purity above everything else. The most important thing for us is to be pure people. Pure from heart, pure in our morality, pure in our thinking, and pure in our rapport that we have with others. Not the first and foremost thing we have to aspire is purity. As you know very well, that Adi Shakti first created Shri Ganesha, who is the symbol of purity. So today we have to take a vow that henceforth we are going to follow a life of complete purity and detachment. That's not so difficult if you understand Sar Yoga. If you are Sar Yogi, it's very easy to purify yourself. What we need are the people who are completely drenched into the purity of love. So from love we go to another point, which is purity. And the purity is a subject which has been talked about by many people, that you should be pure, you should be absolutely open, and people should know everything about you. I don't think that is purity. Purity is that which purifies others. If you are a pure person, then others will be purified. They have to be purified. Now, supposing you have certain ideas about yourself, you think that you are very highly placed as a Sar Yogi and that you are full of love. Maybe it's all imaginary. Does it purify others? Does your purity purify others? Can it give them awakening? Can they be realized souls? And then how much do you value the purity, the power of purity, and how many people you give realization? Or you have kept it to yourself? How many places you have been to spread this purity? Purity has to be spread. And without any doubt, in your own purity, you should do it because it's a very, very powerful thing. Purity is very powerful. It may not act on one or two persons, doesn't matter. There could be some very, very nasty, horrible fellows, doesn't matter. But it will have an effect on very many sensitive persons who want to become Sar Yogis. You have to just test it. how people like you and how they are impressed by you. The Param Chaitanya, this all-pervading power of divine love, flows through you because you are pure. If you are impure, then it will stop at different chakras. It won't work. So purity of temperament, purity of love. What does that mean? That you love somebody because that person has got spirituality. You love that person because there is purity. And you go to places just to spread the purity among people. A pure person will never create a problem. It's the impure person who every day can start with this problem or that problem and that. So the character of a yogi is to worship the purity of your own and the purity of others. So many think that in Sahaja Yoga, God blesses you, then you must get a good amount of health, money, and position, power. The first thing you must ask for is the pure Ganesha, Nirmal Ganesha. Oh Mother, please give us the blessings of establishment of purity in our Ganesh principle. Shri Ganesha is my son because he is pure. Now he is not the only son I have. I have so many sons and daughters. And I have made you in the same way as I created Shri Ganesh, without the father, on my own. To your mother, nothing but purity of heart and purity of your body is going to please. Anything that is impure has to be thrown away. My name itself means purity. You can do it. You are empowered to do it. You have a kundalini to do it. But the first thing you have to do is to cleanse that. And the rest, you don't have to worry. Shri Ganesha will look after it. Shri Ganesha within us is magnetic. So what is this magnet? It's pure love. It's pure love. And the concept of pure love is that it doesn't depend on anything whatsoever but on itself. It is the support of itself. It's like light that spreads just by its own nature. It doesn't want anything, doesn't expect anything. Just spreads all over and enlightens other people's heart. That's why they get attracted. Also we must understand the innocence means purity. Purity of thought. As I explained yesterday, I hope you understood the meaning of purity. Purity is to be understood much more by Europeans. Very important. Especially French. Because the whole society is suffering. Society can only be pure if the family life is pure. Not only that, but your relations with each other are pure. And now one must understand that purity means chastity. Innocence means chastity. Not only physical, also mental chastity. You have to have mental chastity. If you don't have mental chastity, you cannot ascend. So the first and foremost thing of Mahakali is that she is purity. Absolute purity. And that purity, if we cannot imbibe within us, we cannot be Sahajogas. Now this mind is so much conditioned, I know. Our children would be much better off than ourselves. But they won't have these conditionings as we have had. And so many problems can be just avoided if we really become pure people. So she's the one, she gives you sthiti, the state. Sthiti means consolidation. Without your proper consolidation into your purity, not into your romantic life, you cannot rise. Like when we make the aeroplane, first we have to consolidate it, fix it up properly, work it out so that when it goes in the air, all its parts do not fly away with the passengers. In the same way, when we are ascending, Shri Ganesha does that. He just stops the action of excretion completely and the ascent starts. I mean, if the Sahasrara is spoiled, how can Sahajoga work out? The whole play is of the Sahasrara. And that purity should manifest. Through you we are going to change the world. Through no one else. The Sahajogis who are going to change the world. So the whole night we enjoyed ourselves. Now this enjoyment cannot come to you if you do not have purity of your mind. Nira Ananda. You can get other anands of other things, other chakras. Now how to bring the purity? Just by developing thoughtless awareness and looking at things without thinking.
Now, it was Shri Ganesha who was created first by the Adishakti because she wanted purity. She wanted human beings to enjoy their purity and their personality, which was amity, light to others. If there is impurity, say, for example, on a glass, and if you use that glass on top of the light, how can the light pass? The impure life cannot give light to others and cannot show your inner light also. Both things are absolutely true about impurities. But people say that we have to accept, because if you have to have more people for your religion, you should accept many things. And one of them is impurity. And just think of it. Now at the Agya, where Christ resides. If your eyes are impure, full of lust and greed, then you are against Christ. You are an antichrist. If your eyes are clean and pure, then only you can enjoy love of God. Otherwise you cannot. And also the love of another Sajogi or Yogini you can only enjoy in completeness if your eyes are clean. If you think Christ is the one who was resurrected and you are to be resurrected, first of all, see that you have pure love in your eyes. Now, pure love is not relative, cannot be contaminated, cannot have lust and greed. These two things have to drop out from your mind completely. You have to be aware of yourself and of your responsibility as being the purest of pure. As my name indicates, you are my children. And that indicates the children of Nirmala. Means purity. Purity is the basis of your existence. Purity is the message. And once you have the purity within yourself, you will love yourself. As I love you, you will love you also. And then you will understand this word love, which comes out of the purity, the blossoming of your purity, the fragrance of your purity. You enjoy all the time, and the love that you have flows towards all those who are to be loved, who are to be looked after. May God